Welcome, you guys, and welcome to another episode of Shenanigans. And we're doing the podcast show with me and Reddy B. And we're just gonna recap of what went down last weekend in Muscle Bay with the Daytona run, and what a day it was, if I might call it like that. And I mean, we were hyping up the show for like, it was almost a month, really.
Yeah.
And finally to see the cars, like the car I was like looking forward to most was like the Senna.
It came late.
But the guys normally say that the Senna always comes late at all the shows.
But why?
And then I saw like the next day when they went to Cape Town, I saw the other Senna also popped up there.
So there were two?
Yeah, the other Senna
but they look
popped up.
identical.
No, but I think it's different colors. The one was purple and the other one was a different color. Oh. And the Senna did donuts. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, the Senna. Yeah, it also
of course
did
I saw that.
So the Senna also did some donuts, and also the Pagani Zonda was also in Cape Town. So
I can't believe.
Very jealous of that.
But apparently that car is a Cape Town car.
Yeah, it's a Cape Town car. Yeah. It is a
Imagine a Pagani.
Yeah, it's a Cape Town car.
Pagabisa. Yeah, but I mean, those cars are. It's like I was saying earlier. I don't think that anyone can explain the experience of being close to those cars. Like close. Like not. I'm not talking about like you standing there on the one side.
Yeah.
And just
of the fence.
No,
now.
like being there. Like they're there. It is.
It was a real like mind-blowing experience that we had. Yeah.
For real.
I must really say. I just want to thank Gijs for allowing us to do the filming and everything on the event, and I don't want to let something loose now, but I heard there's something coming up again, so I just want to confirm with Gijs again, and I heard this time it's going to go up by Mars Street, so I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know if you can, I don't know if you can recall, about 3 or 4 years ago, there was about 10 or 12 Lamborghinis
I wasn't there.
driving around in Muscle Bay, and that was a hectic day. We were talking about Lamborghini Performantes, SVJs, Aventador S's, Hurricanes, twin turbo Hurricanes. It was crazy.
So that was like, that was even better than this one thing, because there wasn't really that like how do I put this now that it don't sound condescending.
Yeah, it was
to
different. Yeah, the Lamborghini that was here, that I think it's SCC. That was one of the guys that was here on the day, and there was a couple of the Lamborghinis that was here.
That's the one that was wrapped.
Yeah, that one that wrapped. That's basically a type of mimic of what DDE did to their cars. So that car was also here, guys, and it came again now with the Daytona run. But I mean like the 600 LT that was here. The 720, I think it was the 720 or the 600 LT that was straight pipe. That thing sounded mean. That thing really sounded mean.
I don't know which one it was.
But
I wasn't focused on which car it was. I was like just focusing on the sound. I was like.
And then like the GTR.
I was just about to say that. I think the GTR added like a spice, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like. Honestly, I didn't expect there to be a GTR once. It's like I didn't expect it to be a Bentley.
And remember, I heard some of the guys talking on the show that now travel the cars from PE and all of that. The GTR, when the GTR was there, that was one of the fastest cars. Like it was faster than the Lamborghinis and stuff there, because the GTR was worked. Because
all I know it was spitting fire.
Yeah, because when it drove past me, you can like see in front. There was a name, I'm not gonna mention the name, but I saw like the pipes and stuff running through it. So they said that is a real mean machine.
And that Ferrari that was like doing the whole.
Yeah.
No, it was a Porsche. No, it was a Ferrari.
It was a Ferrari, yeah. The Ferrari was doing about donuts, yeah.
In the park.
Without even warning us, like
and we missed that thing.
Because I was now like, okay, I'm gonna do something now.
Exactly. It was like, it was driving, and then we just went, and then it was like
what now?
Here.
Yeah, what now?
You know what I mean? So we missed that part. But the main thing that I want to really highlight about this event is that it was, number one, it was a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
Okay? So we don't get to see this very often.
Yeah.
So I think it was a privilege for us to be able to be part of this whole thing. Thank you so much to the people that made it possible. And then also the the drivers were kind of open
Yeah.
to, because there were people getting into cars
Yeah.
that weren't even supposed to get into cars,
Yeah.
like the public.
Yeah, that guy, there was a couple of guys that drove the cars. Like when you approached them and asked them, "Can I go with him?" And then they said, "Cool, not a problem."
So that was quite
they
cool
were
for me.
very,
Like, I was like, yo, that's.
and they were very down to earth. And they were like, when we had the drivers meeting, they were like making jokes and having fun and just.
Oh, the one
I
like
must say,
uptight and
yeah.
stuff. Oh, and the model.
Yeah, and then the
Can,
models
we,
as
can we
well.
just talk about them? Can we just talk about the models?
There were some beautiful ladies. There was really
there
some
was like
beautiful
this
ladies.
tall, like she's straight like a pipe, like so she's like you. It's like someone is holding like a broomstick on her back, and she's like
Just
upright,
like that,
man. Like,
yeah.
yo, she was walking. I was like, hi, boo. What is?
And with long heels.
You?
And it was so damn cold.
And there was beautiful. Like, oh.
It was so cold and you were modeling in short.
Ik sta in beaver, a little bit kort skirt, she's in goed. I was like, but they really, because they were standing at one time they were standing on the side of the road, and they were cheering like for the cars and stuff.
Cars,
So for those people that weren't there, just to give you an idea, they were cheering for the cars and stuff. But I think some of them were actually with the owners of the cars. So some of them knew they
owners,
were on a personal level with
Yeah.
the owners of the cars.
And I saw some nice gestures as well when they were in Cape Town. Some of that models, I think one of them it was the birthday, and she had the privilege driving in the Senna. So I mean,
Yeah, that's not
to
something
have
you get to do every day.
yeah. So I mean to have that also was something very very nice, and it's just a nice thought of the drivers of the cars. I mean, to get in a hypercar, that's not something you see or hear of every day.
Exactly.
Even the Senna that did their donuts in Kolani, that's not something you see in South Africa. Because why? I mean, one of their tires probably cost like 4 of my tires.
That's what I was thinking the whole time when this thing was going on. I was like, every time you are spinning a piece, it's like 10,000 and 10,000 and 10,000 and 10,000 and going off the damn
Yeah, no,
thing.
and I think it was a Senna, and I think it was a 720, the 600 LT or the 720. One of that also did spin. And we meet some couple of brilliant people.
I know, right? Like all of these creators, like there were a few YouTubers there, there were a few photographers there, there were a few videographers there, there were a few people that were doing Instagram like me. These were all nice people, and these were people that come from PE, Joburg. They were traveling with the rally the whole time throughout everything. So, and nice, down-to-earth people that we had thorough conversations. And I found that to be so interesting because in the world of media where we operate, that is hard to find because you always get people like, oh no, leave me alone. I'm like, I'm media, don't touch me, I'm untouchable type of thing. But they were like, we were having conversations, we were like talking the whole time, and it was really, really cool. I think what we can do is we can also include their handles there because we follow each other. That was also the nice thing. We built connections, so we were following each other. We are following each other
now.
So
and they even tagged us in post. I don't know.
Exactly.
They like tagged us in post when they were in Cape Town.
Yeah.
So just to keep us up to date what they're doing.
It was really cool.
And I just want to thank that individuals that was there. We're gonna put their handles on screen. And then you can also go follow them guys. They also do like very, very good work and content that they
specifically pertaining to like supercars.
Supercars. They're now more into supercars, so you will have all the hype what they're doing because they're doing something totally different that we're doing. Because why? We don't have the privilege of following supercars every day or hypercars every day. So they move into that line. So do follow them as well.
Yeah, they were official media for the rally.
Yeah.
So they were.
And what do you think about the 7.5 R that was what? The media car. The media car was also frack fast. Did you hear that thing?
No. At first, it was purple, right?
Yeah.
At first, I was like, oh god, look at purple turtle. Amongst these cars, it's a purple turtle. But then, interestingly enough, I heard it.
Yeah.
And then I also saw it. I was like, hey boo, this is not a purple turtle.
Yeah,
this thing moves.
That thing was fast.
And it was apparently the media car, like you said. So I was like, okay, let's just put this into perspective. Amongst the cars that were there, that car is like a little ant.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a little ant amongst rats.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bad analogy. I should have. That's so bad. But like, how do I put this? Like, okay, it's a cat amongst lions.
Yeah.
That's a better analogy.
Yeah.
So, if you see, like, it was like when I first saw the Bentley, I was like,
Yeah, in the Royal Royce. Was it also there?
what is?
Like,
what
the
is
Royal Royce was like spinning,
what's
spinning
the
there.
Royal Royce doing, and what's the Bentley doing? Yeah, but then you see, and the Audi Q7.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a Q7. Yeah, it was a Q7.
Q7, yeah.
It was the Audi Q7, but that was the owners of the cars that drove in the
Yeah.
Audi Q7. So some of the owners of the cars
Were
they drove in
driving
that car.
different
they
cars,
were like
yeah.
chauffeured.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people get chauffeured. Okay, it's like they have money. But these are the type of things. And then I was like, so how does it? Because they were part of the rally.
Yeah.
They were literally driving.
Yeah, I think it
as
was a
part
blue
of-
one, and there was an SUV also. There was two SUVs.
Yes.
And there was like luggage cars because we know
Yeah.
guys, supercars, they
There was
don't
a
have
Merc.
really space in the trunks, like the guys call it.
Yeah.
So they had like cars driving around there with their luggage and stuff. So it was a real fun-ful
It was
event.
really, really cool.
And I think
that
it was something that really put Muscle Bay on the map.
Yes.
And I saw the reviews in the Muscle Bay advertiser and the comments and stuff. And I'm looking forward to seeing this event happening more in Muscle Bay because what they said it's gonna be a yearly thing. So
That's awesome.
let's hope that really do happen. And when our other dream comes true in Muscle Bay, the track, it's also gonna be very nice because then we will see what that cars can do in a straight line. As
And
well.
besides those cars, our
Our
cars,
cars, yeah.
our street cars,
Yeah.
our modded cars,
Yeah.
those are the ones those are the gems that we are waiting for
So,
to
yeah.
see what they are capable of. Because I don't even think that people understand when you see a car driving down the road. Yes, it sounds nice, but you have no idea what that
What
car
it
is
can do,
capable of.
yeah.
Do you get what? Because you don't
Yeah.
have the facilities to be
Facility.
able to showcase the sheer power of those cars. Like the 2JZ,
Yeah.
what's that thing?
And now, the Shadow
Toyota.
has, yeah.
I mean,
There's currently a poll on Shenanigans YouTube channel for like what car, like the 2J, or you want to see a Honda. So there's currently a poll. So go vote on the poll what you want, guys. And then I don't know if you saw like one of the posts. Rudolph, one of the most talented Honda builders in South Africa, is currently working on his car, and that thing is gonna be crazy fast because I think he ran the last time in Killarney, he ran about 10s, or I think it was 10s or low 10s with the Honda, and it was a CRX with a K24 throttle build.
that's like street to strip kind of vibes there.
So I'm really looking forward to that car as well. And me and you are gonna go to Rudolph in the near future. We're gonna do a podcast with him. And I think the Honda guys are really gonna look forward to that. Because why? Just the story, man. Just how he is. Just the person he is. And how he helps people. I mean, Ilza is also a person that we can talk about, like the car he built for, the motor that he built for Ilza, the custom work he did in that engine bay. So just to see his work, and he's passionate about what he does. And big ups to Rudolph. I must say you one of the talented builders in South Africa. And I must say you take pride in what you do.
Very exciting. Oh, I want to just slip this in there. The moment when the two cars almost hit each other.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about that? Because I was literally doing this. I was literally like,
I couldn't understand, like, there was marshals, right? And
Marshall, like,
that marshal, he was standing there, and because Gijs also came there and asked
Yeah,
him, but
because I saw
what
him.
did you do? What, why? And like, you have a stop and go sign.
and those
And,
cars
yeah.
come around that corner
Like, you're like
with
crazy.
an immense amount of speed. And I understand that these drivers are obviously, they've got the
Yeah,
ducks in
they're
a row, you know,
skillful,
they know how to drive, they're skillful. But how do I explain this to you? It's like,
That would have been a bad
here comes
bad
this
day.
car, and here comes this car, and they literally come into each
Yeah.
other like this. And luckily, this one turned quick enough
Yeah.
to miss this one. I was so close, or
Yeah,
there would
it
have
was-
been.
It would have been a bad day.
It would have been bad. so bad.
Yeah.
And that's why people were going on at that moment, because you could hear like people were being
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because those are
That would have been like a 15 or 10, between 12 to 15 million mistake for
that's
2 cars.
expensive. And so these are the type of things that we were able to see because we were so close to it. Very, very exciting.
And then we just want to say, sorry guys, if we didn't have all the clips like when they were turning around and all in the circuit and stuff. So we didn't have all the angles, but I think in the pit lane it was most exciting because a lot of stuff was happening in the pit lane. Crazy things was happening, and unfortunately we can't show that to you guys because we still want to keep some of the stuff private that we do have. So there's certain stuff we can't show on YouTube that we will be giving to Gijs, and he'll probably give to the owners and so on. So sorry for that, guys, but there was real crazy shenanigans happening in that parking lot.
I mean, the minute I stepped onto that thing and those cars came down that road, I was like, oh, what? Where am I? Where am I even? Am I even alive? Am I pinching myself right now? Because like people think that we're exaggerating when we say this, but we're not exaggerating. Okay, it's like people that love ships, for example, right? If you love a ship and you know that you have always not idolized, but wanted to see the biggest container ship or the biggest cruise ship in the world go past you right in front of your face, and you finally get to see it, just imagine how you'd feel. Do you know what I mean? Like it's guys, it's amazing. These cars are just next level. It's one of a kind. There are only a few in the world of each of these, and
if we can even say like the Senna, there's like 200 of that cars in South Africa. I mean,
exactly. That is like a
that
it was a pity that the car came late and it was dark.
Yeah, it was dark.
Couldn't properly get like the you know. But I mean, at least we could showcase.
And then I saw like when they were leaving for Cape Town, the Senna had a blubs with the law enforcement.
I saw this. What was that?
So
they got into a roadblock.
Yeah, so it also happened because I know most of the things that the guys probably say, or most of the guys things they said was like, yeah, but the cars doesn't have number plates.
That's what I thought. To be honest, I thought that.
The guys don't have the right apparent paperwork for not having a number plate. But that's life. You won't always be perfect. That's also an event. It was a fun-filled event. It's something that we all enjoyed. We all car people, and that's just some of the things you have to go through.
So that they get a fine.
I'm not sure if the guys think probably some of them got fines.
But that's like money to them. Like
I mean, that's child's play for them.
That's like, how much is it? 17,000 rand? Okay, go. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because if you drive a car like that, you won't like
that car is so
500, 600 rand, 800 rand, 1,000 rand. It's child's play.
Crazy. But yeah, one of the most exciting events that I've ever attended, specifically from a hypercar or supercar perspective, I don't think like I've been at shows or at events where there were supercars, but it was never on this level. To the point where we could experience those cars. I mean, they gave us shows. They literally drove past us, in front of us, and they would stop and they would give us like, they would start revving, or they would do a burnout, or those are the type of things we were able to experience. And like I said earlier, like you could feel the road vibrating. You could feel yourself vibrating.
It was really crazy. The people were very down to earth.
Yeah.
Some of the people say the guys were uptight, but
who said this?
The thing is, guys, if you're driving a car like that, you must look at the road. You can't still like, hi. There's no time for that because
firstly, you don't know you.
There's like
you're
driving a car like between 4 to 8 million to 30 million to 40 million.
Yeah.
There's no time to make mistakes because
those things were so narrow. The way that it was because they put cones and stuff, and then there was the hail bales of hail that were on the side.
And when they started revving, it was
guys.
The one clip in the video of the video, you guys know that's live.
You couldn't even speak any further
because you like dead quiet, checking like, what the hell is going on now?
Exactly. So it was really like a fun full day, and I really enjoyed myself. I think that it was so completely worth it to go.
Yeah, even my brother said, like, I really enjoyed
I was
myself.
like, me and your brother were talking the whole time because Jay, it's about a loop. And then, like, this one would disappear. I don't know. And then me and his brother were just like chilling and walking around and like taking videos and stuff. But then we were talking and he was saying, like, he actually fulfilled one of his bucket list items, which was to see that Senna. And which was to see some of the other cars that were there. I think the Senna was like the highlight of the day.
Yeah,
Okay, that was like, let's be honest about this. It was like the highlight of the day.
Yeah.
So it was really like a dream come true for so many people. And I don't even think the organizers understand this. And I don't even think that the other people that hear us ranting about this the whole time understand why we are ranting about it. For car people, this is like next level.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like a SAFTA award.
Yeah,
this
even,
is like a
even the
Golden
guy,
Globe.
the time I was like standing by the Aventador, it was wrapped. The guy came
I
and
thought it was gonna go under the boom.
the guy came up and he was like, I'm this guy, and how you doing? And started talking to me, and I said, you driving a car that's like 6 to 7 million rand and you're still down to earth. So I really want to give up a big thanks to all of the owners and the guys that was here. You're really amazing guys, and just thank you. I mean, you fulfilled so many dreams on that day. You fulfilled dreams of children, of big people, of us. So you really inspired all of us, because why, like I normally say, you can do anything you want to in life if you put hard work into it and with God's help. So it really has to show that you can achieve anything you want in life.
Yeah, just to add on to that, there was at one point when one of the McLarens came past and this little boy got out of the McLaren. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The look on that child's face was priceless. It was literally
There's one in the McLaren, one in the Ferrari, and one in the Lamborghini.
Yeah, it was really like great, because I think that was one of the charities that they were doing this for, because it was a charitable event. Just so by the way, and the look on that boy's face was completely priceless. I swear that he would never forget this experience ever. And I mean, the driver was so nice to him, and like he literally gave him the whole experience.
First pumped him and everything.
And it was really,
tell him like touch this button and do this and that.
Exactly.
It was really amazing, guys. But also do subscribe. Let's make the circle bigger, and also do follow us on Instagram, so you can be up to date with what we do. Yeah, shenanigans_HD. So it's my initials.
It's almost like, okay, this is shenanigans, but _HD.
It's almost like Ross_7R.
Why do you always give Ross credits on these things? Why? What is the? I don't understand this.
I saw now last, like the video. I think he posted it, and it was, I don't know if it was Street to Strip or something, but big ups to Ross. Ross, you ran a heck of a time on almost 3 tires.
So exciting for the Cape Town people that are able to now go back to Killarney and like do their thing that they used to do. So I'm very excited about that as well. But so there's nothing more that a person can say. I think that was
covered
like
everything.
Yeah, that was like the highlight of my weekend.
Yeah.
And so now this weekend there's more things coming my way. I don't know what you're gonna do. But I am gonna be enjoying myself where I'm gonna be. So if you wanna see where I'm gonna be, y'all need to follow my Instagram account. That's what y'all need to do, because
I'm really looking forward, like the next time, maybe about 2 to 3 weeks from now, if you probably go to Cape Town again. Something I'm really looking forward to, maybe we can make it happen, is if we even somewhere drive the morning up to Cape Town. And
people want to see your car. People do not want to see my car. Because they see all of my car every single day on the N1 in traffic. The yellow traffic lane, see my car. They want to see your car.
Yeah, so I think we're going to make it happen, because my car is going in now for annual service. And then let's take a trip to Cape Town, and let's go to Low Start Headquarters. Let's go check out the cars and show the viewers out there.
And go to Killarney so you can actually drive your car fast. Okay, your car for the 80. There's a nice 80, guys, with a GTI. I can't even deal. It's so crazy. I drove his car faster than when he drove his car. Like, how is this even possible? But yeah,
guys.
So
that's just the stuff that we had to do and what we could do on the day, and we really enjoyed. Thank you again to Gijs and all the
Thank you to you for organizing the passes, by the way. I was like, I was gonna be there. It was for this man. So,
But yeah, thank you to all that made it happen. And guys, just be safe out there. Have a good week and enjoy. Peace out.